Hello, you're watching Ellie from Ellymentry Papercrafting. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK. The picture's looking a little bit fuzzy. Oh, it seems to have corrected itself now. Okay. Right, let's see who's here. Oh, Hills, hi. Nice to see you. Oh, and Jan. That's lovely for you to come along, Jan. Jan says she can watch for a few minutes, but then she has to go to a funeral. Sorry about that, Jan. I hope it's not somebody, very close to you, but okay, I fully understand. Now, who else have we got? Oh, it's just the two of you. So you're having a good Saturday? I've actually been in my craft room all morning and I was prepping for this afternoon, but also for my class tomorrow. Oh dear, I don't know why that is moving up and down because I'm not touching it. As you can see, look, here's my hands. Hello, Lisa. Great to see you all the way from Aussie. And we've got my lovely friend Claire. Thank you, Claire, for coming along. Oh, well, I hope you're not too bad. Okay, I hope Anne can come this afternoon. Oh, this is so annoying. You can see my hand. You can see I'm not moving my camera. I'm just going to tilt it a little bit to see if perhaps it doesn't like the angle. Oh, hi, Anne. You're there. Sorry, I didn't see you. Let's see if that's made any difference to the focus. I don't think it has really, has it? I don't understand why it's doing that. I'm just going to have a look at the top of the camera and see if I can see anything. No, do you know what? It's in perfect focus on my looking through that side. Nothing I can do about it, I'm afraid, girls. But anyway, let's get on with it, shall we? Now, I'm glad Claire's here because I wanted to, Claire, what I'm doing today is the idea we had when we were chatting the other night. So Claire and I often swap Stampin' Up products, and we met the other night and we sort of gave each other back what we borrowed. And Claire had used Grassy Grove, which she'd borrowed from me. Now, I've always used this in the normal, well, I say normal, but I always think of greens and, the countryside scene with this. But Claire said she had made it using it. Sorry, she'd used it to make Christmas cards and she'd used blue and white. So I thought I might do the same. And then someone else said, Esther said, oh, you could use you could make a shaker card, or was it a shaker card? And I thought, right, that's what I'm going to do then. Right, let's have a look here. So Jan's asking Claire how Taz is, the little dog. He's cuddled up to her on the sofa. Oh, lovely. Yeah, Anne, I'm so sorry I couldn't see you. The thing is, when I'm looking through the comments and trying to talk at the same time, I'm not very good at it. Okay, right. Okay, I'm just gonna have to go with it because there's nothing I can do about it apart from restart, and I don't even know if that would make any difference. Is it actually fuzzy? It's fuzzy on my laptop screen. Can you just let me know if it's fuzzy or if it's clear? It's clear. All right, I'm going to go along. I'm going to go along with it then. Okay, so I've done a lot of prep because otherwise, we would have been here too long. Now, let's get started right from the beginning. So the first thing I found was some blue paper. Now, this designer series paper, I'm afraid it isn't actually available any longer. It's called A Beauty of the Earth, and it was in amongst a bundle, or what do they call it, a suite, which included this lovely stamp set, which is still available, along with the die set. So this is still available, but they do this sometimes. They bring out lovely designer series paper, but they don't continue it into the next catalogue. But anyway, if you want to make this project, just choose any designer paper you want. It's fine. It doesn't have to be this one. So then I've got my beautiful die. This is just gorgeous. It's to die for. Sorry, I had to say that. And I cut it out with white cardstock. So I've used our basic white, and straight away you can just see it. Isn't that beautiful? So then I've got a sheet of acetate here. It's called window sheet in the Stampin' Up catalogue. Now, because I've got my bright light on, you can actually see that. So that's my window sheet. Now, these are all cut to exactly the same size, because that makes everything really easy. It's lovely paper, isn't it, Anne? The whole pack was beautiful, and I have used it before in several things. Right, so to start with, I'm going to actually stick this onto a card base, which I've forgotten to prepare. So I'll just show you, for anyone who might be watching later, how I go about making my card base. So I'm just checking that this piece of card is actually big enough. Just rocking the boat here. So it's wide enough, and I think it's just not quite. I've got something cut out of it there, as you can see, which so I wasn't sure if that would do it, but no, I've got to get another piece out. No worries. No worries. So I'm just making an A6 card today because that's the size of our die. Okay. And as I said before, although I prefer to make larger cards, sometimes if I'm making them, if I need to make 5 or 6 for a group of people that are not particularly friends, we're talking about clients here, I can make lots of these small ones, and I can do them all the same for them. It's fine. So I just cut my cardstock at 5 3/4 inches, and then I move it back into the landscape position. I move it over to 4 1/8, and using the scoring blade, I just go up and down a couple of times. And then if you close up your what's this called, your trimmer, and butt the end of your card against this line here, where you've scored isn't always exactly in the center, but it's just a guideline, and it will break down the fibers of the card. But this way you make sure that this meets, and that's, to me, quite important. Oh, hello, Cindy. Really good to have you along. Thanks for making the effort. I know it's early in the morning for you. Hello, Esther. You are watching a live streamed wedding. Ooh, gosh. Okay. It's not very warm here either, Cindy. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to stick my DSP to my card base, and there is like an 1/8 of an inch border all the way around, which is just as we had desired. So you missed the beginning, Esther, and I was saying about when we met to swap the things we'd borrowed. Clara told us she'd made this card out of white cardstock and blue colours, and you said something about oh, was it a shaker card? And she said, no, she didn't think of that. So I thought, well, I'm going to do it. So these ideas have come from you two. Okay, so we just have to see how it turns out. Although I've done the prep, I haven't actually made it yet. Jan said, did you dress up for the wedding? I like that. Yeah, you might not have had an invite, but you might have thought, well, I fancy getting dressed up anyway. So now, when I do a shaker card, I personally, I'm not so keen on using the tape to go, the foam pad to go around the outside, because it's either too thick or too narrow. What I do is I take some pieces of cardstock, and I will find any old cardstock. This doesn't have to be our nice basic white cardstock. We don't want to use up that. We want to use that for our stamping purposes. So I use any cardstock that comes to hand. And I know some of you do it as well. I know Cindy does. I use the card that comes in the back of the designer series paper. That's actually where it had the colours, etc. And I use this for anything that doesn't involve stamping. It's quite a good thick card as well. So what I do is I make a frame. I just cut this to be exactly the same size as my window sheet, acetate. And then I'm going to make this one to show you. It's exactly the same principle as I use when I gut my card. Hello, Janice. I didn't see you sneak on. Nice to see you. So I put the card in at the top here, and I bring it over to just 1/4 of an inch this time, because I just want quite a narrow border. Okay. And then I put my cutting blade on the 1/4 inch mark here. My card measures 5.5, so I'm going to bring it down to the 5.25 mark. Then I turn it 90 degrees and I do the same thing again. So I'm making sure it's on that 1/4 inch mark there. Put it down, it's already on the 5.25, and bring it back up. Okay. And then I just turn it again 90 degrees, back up to the 1/4 inch mark and down. And then I'm going to bring it down. This time I'm coming down to, this measures 3 7/8. So I'm bringing it down to 3 5/8, which is there. And that should measure there, which it does, meet there. And again, already in the right place, I bring it back up to the 1/4 of the inch. So that's how I gut the card, remember, but I normally leave a 1/2 inch border all the way round. But I only want 1/4 of an inch to make this frame. So that's what we do, okay? And then I just simply stick them all one on top of the other. And that gives me that good thickness there to create the gap between my acetate and my card front, so I can put anything I want for my shaker card. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this on top of the rest. And it's really easy to make sure you get it straight, because you can just go round with your fingers and thumbs like this. Okay. Like so. All right. And then I'm simply going to mount my frame right on top of that, so that you can see that beautiful designer series paper through the center. Oops, you take the lid off your glue, it always helps. That's the top tip. So has anybody been crafting this morning? I'm going to bring it down here so that I can get nice and close to it and see where I'm putting this, because I don't want to get my head in it. Jan says, your nails are very pretty today, Ellie. They always are. Thank you very much. Yeah, last time I had them done, I chose, this is one of my favourite colours, and I always think it's a little bit like Cajun Craze. Let me just bring it down, which is one of my favourite colours. And I don't know if you can see it because it's a bit blurred on my screen. But I've got like a gold, it's a stamp, and it's a gold like checkered effect. So, but I was just so chuffed I did this because I just got a new fleece, and the fleece is the same colour. I thought, oh, I match. Okay, let's go away from my fashion statements. So I'm going to use the acetate on there. Now, before I do that, I need to put something in to shake. So I've got these lovely sequins, and I can't remember what else they're called. Should I get the book out and have a look? Here it is, look. Oh, I don't really want to do that, do I? Let's see, where are the accessories? Are they in here or in the annual catalogue? I got a tip from what's her name, says Esther. I'll let you know in a minute. But she suggests, it was Jennifer Maguire, sticking some actual gems or sequins scattered along the top half of the acetate. Yeah, I think I actually saw that too. Right, are these in the annual catalogue or the mini? Let's get the annual as well. Oh, on the paper. Yeah, I did see it, and I'm glad you reminded me because it is a good idea. Embellishments and ribbon 141. Oh, here they are. For everything fancy sequins, you get 3 in the pack: greens, blues and pinks. There we are. Absolutely fantastic bundle they are. You get absolutely loads in there. Okay, so I'm going to do what Jennifer Maguire suggested, because let's face it, she is the queen when it comes to oh, these are a bit, I didn't realize there were little balls in here, and they're a bit fat. I didn't make it very deep because I was only thinking it was sequins. So we're going to pop some of these. I'll try and get some different ones onto the glue. Look at these lovely sparkly ones. So how are you feeling today, Claire? You said that you weren't feeling brilliant the other day. I hope it didn't come to anything serious. Okay, I think I've, oh, there's more. Oh no, they're not balls, they're little, what are these? Oh, they're pearls. Hang on, they might be all right. Yeah. I'm going to stick one of those down. And what else have we got? Have I stuck one of these down yet? Okay, so we got a few stuck, but the glue's down anyway, so when it shakes around, if there's any glue exposed, then that'll stick to it, won't it? Come on, in you get. Okay, so then I can put some Terran tape or double-sided tape, whatever you like to call it, along the edge here and get this ripped off. Oh, night, Lisa. I know it's very, very late for you there, but thank you. I appreciate you popping on to say hello. And then I'm going to turn it this way. I shouldn't have put the things in yet, should I? I should have got this sorted first, but I've been prepping for several things this morning. So by the time I was actually ready to start this, I actually quite had to remind myself what I was doing. So Cindy, have you had many classes this week? What's been going on in your world? All right, should have moved it the other way around. So you had the Christmas card stamp camp on Tuesday. Yeah, how did that go? The cards were lovely. I'm actually working on one of those cards, the one that I resized. I resized it using some of your cards, and then when I got home I realized that was a bit silly really, because I couldn't use the card sizes I'd worked out because my card's different, but it did help. So I'm trying to get that sorted. Right, so now my designer series, my double-sided tape's down. Go ahead and take away the ends of my backing paper here. Like so. And I'm going to take my acetate, and just before I stick it on, I'm going to rub it over with my what's this called, embossing buddy. So there were 10 on Tuesday. Oh, that was a lot. Was it over 2 or 3 different times? So December card buffet. Oh, and the flip over calendar. Oh yeah, the flip over calendar. Yeah, we did a fair bit of that while I was there, didn't we? But there were, I know we left, was it 3 or 4 dates? 3 or 4 months? So I'm just going over with the embossing buddy to eliminate any static so that those bits don't leap up straight away and stick onto the acetate. And then I can just whip this off like so. And because you've cut this frame all in one, well, no, it was several layers, but there's no joins, there's absolutely no way any of those shaky bits will come out. What did what did Margaret call them? Do you remember? She said she didn't want the something to come out. And what was it she called them? Oh, it was so funny. I know we were really laughing at the time. Jiggles. She said, I don't want the jiggles to come out. Do you remember? So there, yeah, that's lovely. Thanks for reminding me about that, Esther, because you can see some at the top there. That's cool. Lovely. So I really like that. And I like that they're all different. So that's good. And then we can pop this one right on top. So I'm going to use the tear and tape again. When you're using acetate, anything with a shiny surface, tear and tape is your friend. Glue's not brilliant. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Margaret does come out with some corkers, doesn't she? She's so lovely. So I'm going to start there, come all the way along on this one. There were 3 months left. I couldn't remember. So every year Cindy does this flip over calendar. I think you said the base that you use, the stand, was from IKEA, I believe. And Cindy just designs a new one every year with the stamp sets that we have available each year. And lovely little story you told me about the granddaughter who waited for that calendar every year. I thought that was so lovely. Okay, so that's more designer series tape. Oh. Oh, Jan was saying that she spent spent time going through her aunt's photographs for the funeral. It is fun to look back on those memories. Oh, your dad fishing, that's nice. You and your dad fishing together. And then Claire says she got a big box of photos from her mum, and yeah, she's found it brings back a lot of memories to her. Yeah, it does. I love looking at my old photos. Oh, Jan, 30 years. Oh, yeah, it's 10 years for my dad. Yeah. Claire says her first car was a remote control Rolls Royce. Trust you to have something swish like that. Oh dear. No, they're not. They're definitely not the same. You looking at them in an album is just so much better. I mean, I know the quality wasn't very good. You know, we had the old black and whites, didn't we? It's not like the wonderful digital photography, but there is something about them. There is definitely something about them. Okay, so this is the nuts and bolts of the card. That's all the difficult bits. And it wasn't quite deep in. I didn't see that ball was still in there, but you know, it doesn't matter if one just stays behind. So all those ones we stuck down are at the top there and you can't see them anyway, so never mind. We know they're there. So what I thought I'd do is bring in the dies for the little deer. Deer. Look at these, aren't they so cute? And I decided to do them in white as well. I just thought it'd be nice to keep it all, but you know, similar. Oh dear. Right, so let's get some scraps of paper for a card even for these, and we'll pop them down, and I'll just go and die cut these, or navy. Oh no, I don't think I'm going to use navy. I think I'm going to add a bit of blue in another way. Okay, so just to bear with me, but thank you for the suggestion. These look so cute, these little deer. I'm going to pop them on here so you can use. She has an idea up her craft sleeves. Yeah, I love Misty Moonlight too, Jan. In fact, look what's here. This is Misty Moonlight. Esther's, we have takeoff, ladies and gents. Please fasten those seatbelts. Oh dear. So yeah, I decided to go with the white for these, dear. And what I thought I'd do is, if I can do it, I was hoping to have them kind of not in front of the trees, but peeping behind. So perhaps our little baby one here can be coming out from the trees here. And Mum's gone a bit further on. And perhaps she can be here. And perhaps I can just... Oh, yes. Yes, I can do it. Look, just have her peeping round like that. She's gone so far and then she's looked back to see where her little baby is. Yeah, I like that. That looks nice. Hadn't really thought about how I'm going to stick them to the acetate, but I guess I can just use that double-sided tape. Teeny weeny bit of. Oh, look at that. I've got a dancing deer there. Didn't know I could do that. Magic tricks as well. Gosh, I'm so daft. Right, where am I? Oh, yeah. So, that is just a little bit too wide. So, I'm just going to see if I've got a glue dot in here. Yep, here we go. So, just going to pop the deer's bottom. Yeah, I think the white does look better. Yeah. But I don't know if we're going to need it yet, but I was thinking of another element on the front. And oh, gosh, he's frisky, this little babe. Distracted by a deer. Yeah, it doesn't take a lot, does it? Okay, so... Oh, that was a bit stubborn. Right, so I'm going to try and get this out behind before it sticks. What I was going to try and do is get his foot under, but I thought it would be cute if his little tail popped up in front of this tree, and I can't do it now because the glue dot's already got it. Ugh. This is lovely. This mother deer, I love the way that they're looking at each other. Okay, and I'm going to try and do this before it actually sticks, so that I get Mummy in the right place. That's it. Oh, now it's stuck to my tweezers. Okay, now it definitely does need something blue. Something old, something borrowed, something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. That's for the wedding that Esther's watching. Okay. I get worse, don't I? So I'm going to... I don't like the trees in here for this one. I think it's a bit too much to have the double trees. So I thought I'd go to this one, which I've lost. What was it? What was I going to use? Ah! Oh, I've forgotten. Right, ladies, there's a stamp set that has a single tree. Could it be this one? Yeah, this is the one, look. This is called Mountain Air. Lovely stamp set. Actually, I must use that one again. I've kind of forgot all about it till I looking for the tree. So I'm just going to pop this onto the block. That's too big. I don't need a block that big. Oh, will it go into... Will it fit onto that one? It will if I do it diagonally. And the misty moonlight. Oh, cheerio, Jan. Bye-bye for now. Hope it's, you know, not too bad. Okay. So, where's my little scrap of basic white cardstock? Here it is. Let's grab the piercing mat. I was really organised this morning when I got all this sorted really quite early, and then I started sorting other things, and then of course all this got put aside. So I'm just going to stamp that. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it in full strength or whether I'm going to stamp off, so I might do one of each. Right, what do you think? Do you think it would be okay with that one or that one? I'm actually favouring the stamped off one, so I'll cut it out and we'll see what it looks like, shall we? Yeah. Have you found some applique to put onto your ruined hoodie yet, Esther? So if anyone doesn't know the story, Esther has this lovely Stampin' Up hoodie that's quite new, and she was looking after or cuddling her son's pet hamster, Winston, and she thought it would be so cozy to slip him into the little pocket in front of her hoodie, and he was really having a lovely time there. Unfortunately, he was enjoying himself a little bit too much, and he made holes in it. Black stars. Oh, Cindy, how lovely to see you. Thank you for coming along. I know how early it is there. I hope you're having a nice day. Are you going to have coffee on that lovely front porch you showed me in that video one day, Cindy? Okay, so I've cut both of them. Hello, Karen Morris from Scotland. Lovely to see you. So let's have a look then. Do we like the paler one or do we like the darker one? And do we want one on both sides? Just asking. Right, let me see what I can find in my embellishments drawer. Now, I'm sure I did have some, I'm sure I had some black stars, but they don't seem to be here. They were from Stampin' Up a long time ago in a little you know, one of these little containers, one of those little flat containers with lots of other colours. Oh, I might have found them. Look at that. Oh, look, they would look nice on there, wouldn't they? Yeah, look. Look, I think there's black stars in there. It's 30 degrees Fahrenheit. Ooh. Oh, Cindy. Bye-bye, Esther. Thanks for coming along. No, I wasn't planning to use a greeting, Cindy, but I might. Well, you know, I only half plan these things anyway. It just kind of happens when it happens when I do a live. So what's our vote then on these? I'm just gonna have a quick look back on the comments and see if you already told me. Anne's having tea and red velvet cake. That's extremely indulgent, but you know, you deserve it, Anne. Right, so we haven't had a vote. What are you thinking about these? I'll tell you what, for you, Cindy, because you've suggested it, I am going to put a greeting, and I'll use the full strength for the greeting. Is that a good idea? Karen likes the light one. I do too. Okay, so black stars. Let's see if you agree about the black stars. Oh, I sighed and I nearly blew out and got you know, all this lot nearly went for a Burton. Well, I don't know about the black stars because it might look a bit too dark, but I have got some silver ones here. Oh, got these silver ones which look quite nice. Tell you what, they're quite slippery to get out of the box. So I've got the black stars, but I've also got these which I'd forgotten about, and they would have looked nice inside the shaker, wouldn't they? So I might see. I'm not going to do the black. Or what do you think? Right, everyone's gone for the light tree, which I'm going to put on this side. So just put a bit of glue down that right hand side of the tree. Right, are we going with these black? Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Cindy. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. With a greeting, you know, I think we just have the light. I'm not going for that black. I think on a different card it would look fantastic, but I'm actually leaning towards... No, I'm not leaning towards that. I'm going to carry on with the theme inside the card, which is these, which is my original thought. See what you do to me? You sway my ideas. Okay, let's see what we've got on here. Now, I'm going to use... I want a greeting that can go across there. So I'm just going to go and grab something from... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Christmas Barn. Merry Christmas to you and yours. So let me just... There we go. I think that would sit quite nicely across there. I'm using a lot of stamp sets, aren't I? Karen says, Anne Lang. My middle name is Anne and my maiden name is Lang. Look at that. That's amazing. Do you know, it all happens on this channel. Oh dear. Okay, right. Let's put the lid on my glue for a minute, because otherwise I think I'm going to knock it over or get into a sticky mess. So we want to pop that on there. Now my long stamp block is it's gone AWOL and I haven't got another one yet. So let's try and find something else this will fit on that's not going to be, well, it is going to be dreadfully oversized, but we've got to go with it, girls. Anne doesn't pronounce it as Lang, though. She pronounces it as Lane. Is that the same as you, Karen? Scottish thing, Anne Lane. But we always had, we had a building company where I lived as a child, and it was called Lang's, and everybody called it Lang's, so that's what it is to me. So let's just pop that down, keep it there a minute for the ink to transfer. You don't need to press really tightly. And just up, and that's stamped quite nicely. So I'm just going to, I'm going to put the lid on these before I knock them over. I'm just going to trim this down with my trimmer. Okay. So I've just clicked off of myself on the other device, so I've just got to quickly find me again. Here we are. Thankfully it was just at the top of my screen there and I found myself quickly. That makes a change, doesn't it? Just doing this, just doing this by eye, she says, and knocking it all over the place. There we go. And just take that off. Yeah, I think that'll do. Come on. On these slippery surfaces, I find it quite difficult to pick things up. I'm just going to turn that over and run my bone folder over the edge of this. Right, this is not actually Whisper white basic white cardstock. It's a bit of thick card I picked up, and it's not stamped very crisply. I'm going to do it again because I don't like that. Let's get some proper Whisper white. Oh, it's all gone missing. Here we are. This is a great big piece, but I'm not happy with that. I can't see myself, so I don't know what's going on, but oh, I'm on TV. Hi, fans. Oh, I don't know if I've ever been on TV before. Has anybody else watched me on TV? That is cool. I'm made up now, as they say. Made up, Anne. Hilary. That's one of Hill's favourite expressions. From Liverpool. Right, here we go again. Let's try it again. Oh, you've put me on the telly as well, Claire. Wow, I feel great. That's better. Okay, so here we go again. Got it around the other way now. This will probably completely mess me up. Well, I can't do it like that. Isn't it funny how you get used to doing something in a particular way? And you just turn it round, you know, just a little bit, and you can't cope with it. Gosh, do you know what, Cindy? I have no idea why, but that trip to the IHOPs just popped into my mind. Fancy that. Wonder why I suddenly remembered that. Right, so I'm just going to go over the edges of that again. Right, comments seem to have stopped and my screen's frozen, so I've got no idea what's going on at the moment. Just hoping that you can see me. And everything's coming through loud and clear. So if we pop that across there, I think that balances the paleness of the tree. Now, I don't have a corner rounder at the moment, so I'm just going to use a contraband one, which I won't bring into the camera. I used to have the trio punch, and I didn't buy the new one, so I've just completely ruined that. Okay, I'm just going to round it off using my scissors. Move that out of the way. So I'm just going to come round and just gently round this side. Okay. I've knocked it off at the front a little bit, but it's not too serious. So let's just stick this on just at either end, like so. And then to finish it off, I'm going to randomly scatter some of these. Cindy says, you craving pancakes? What did I say to make you say that? Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Do you know? Oh, God. Yeah, I was talking about IHOP, wasn't I? Yeah. I did. I had a nice breakfast, didn't I? An all-day breakfast. It was lovely. I don't really eat pancakes, Cindy. I know we went to the House of Pancakes, but I didn't actually have them. I know Brian took some home. I don't know whether mine went with it or whether I didn't get pancakes with mine. I can't remember, actually. So let's get some of these gorgeous elements to pop on the top to complement those in the shaker element. I'm trying to get some different ones. There's a gold one there. And I never used to like gold with blue, but I actually do now. I'm trying to look for something. Oh yeah, I want one of those pearls. This is for Cindy. Cindy wears pearls. So if ever I see pearls, I always think of you, Cindy. So we've got an odd number there. I actually think I'd quite like to put one on here. Yeah, it was great. It's so lovely to go over and stay with Cindy and Brian. It's just so different, and you know, we have fun. And I think, you know, one of the good things is because we're both Stampin' Up demos, I can go over there and, you know, go to the classes, sometimes help out a bit, and I enjoy it. You know, it's what we both like doing, and it's nice that we can do it together. So I'm just going to find another sequin here. Oh, there's a little sparkly one there. I like that. So grab that and pop that one there. So we've still got the odd number, haven't we? Anyway, I think I'm gonna stop there. Cindy said we had a great time. Yeah, it was so nice going back to the aquarium because it had changed so much. It was great the first time. It was great the second time, but you know, it was different, and there's some things I'd forgotten. So it was nice. It was lovely going back. Oh, and Cindy says, I help out a lot. Oh, well, you know, I try. So anyway, there's today's card. I hope you like it. As usual, when I do a live, it's kind of what I was expecting. But, you know, different people give different ideas. And yeah, so this is how it's worked out. I don't know, maybe next time I might cut a piece of cardstock beforehand for the greeting, but like I say, when you're doing a live, you don't think everything through. It's kind of I think that's why you do a live. You see what happens when people watch and make comments. So I'm going to say thank you so much to everyone for watching, and to all those who gave me a thumbs up, all of you. So 10 watching and 10 thumbs up. So I'm going to give you a thumbs up in return. Thank you. So yeah, as usual, all the links will be in the description box below. The current downloadable digital catalogues and a link to my online store from which you can purchase anything from those catalogues. So I will be back on Wednesday with a recorded video, which I've already planned. And hopefully next week for another live. Have no idea what that's going to be though, but there you go. Anyway, thanks again, everyone, and I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye for now.